I work with a volunteer search and rescue team in northern Montana. Most of the time we're responding to injuries, lost hikers, the usual. Last week we found a man barefoot, half frozen, and covered in blood, stumbling down a trail we hadn't used in decades. We thought he was a missing hunter. He wasn't. We brought him back to base camp. He wouldn't tell us his name. He kept muttering, "It let me go, it let me go," over and over like a prayer. He hadn't eaten in days. We offered food. He refused. When we insisted, he screamed. He said it would know. Later, while the others were out on a call, I sat with him alone, and we started to talk. He said he was part of a 3-man group hunting elk deep in the wilderness. He said one night something found their camp. Not a bear, not a wolf. Something tall, thin, bones stretched over skin. Teeth like needles. He never called it a name, but I did. I asked, "A Wendigo?" He flinched when I said it. "No," he whispered. "The Wendigo." He said it didn't kill them right away. It took them, one at a time, always at night. Always when they were alone. They took Tom first, left only his tongue. Then it dragged off Caleb, said he heard Caleb laughing as it took him. But it wasn't Caleb's laugh. By the third night, he was alone. He ran, got lost, starved, heard it whispering to him, not words, just thoughts, promises. He said he saw it watching him while he slept. Said it left bits of his friends in the snow like breadcrumbs, and then it let him go. Just like that. He said it stood over him at dawn, mouthful of Caleb's face, and whispered inside his mind. "You're all mine." I didn't know what to say. He looked at me with eyes that hadn't blinked in hours and said, "You don't get it. It's not out there anymore." Then he pointed at his chest. "It's in here." I didn't sleep after that conversation. He just sat there in the infirmary cot, staring at the wall, not moving, not blinking, like the thought of rest no longer applied to whatever was left of him. And the next morning he was gone. No signs of forced entry, no broken windows. The med tent zipper was still latched from the inside, but the inside of the cot was wet. Not blood, not sweat, just wet. Like something cold had melted there overnight. We followed the tracks as far as we could, but the snowfall had buried most of them. Just a trail of smeared boot prints that veered off the marked paths and disappeared into the timberline. That night I was posted at the south edge of base camp. Forest edge, quiet. Too quiet. I couldn't shake the feeling something was just behind the tree line, watching, not moving, just waiting for me to move first. At some point past midnight, I heard footsteps behind the mess tent. I went to check it out and found 2 things. One, a chunk of raw venison missing from the storage cooler. It hadn't been sliced or bitten. It had been scraped apart. Nails maybe, something dull and rough. And 2, a trail of footprints in the snow. Barefoot. They led about 20 yards into the woods before they stopped, like the person who made them had either taken flight or vanished into the trees. We logged it, set motion cams, increased watch shifts. But 2 nights later, one of the volunteers went missing. We found what was left of him scattered across a tree like someone had hung clothes to dry. Rib cage split and hollow. Tongue left whole. Eyes gone. The cameras caught nothing but static between 1:13 and 1:21 a.m. And somewhere in that static, on a single frozen frame, we saw something tall, standing just outside the infrared range. And a few feet in front of it, him, the survivor, smiling, mouth open wider than I thought possible, shoulders hunched like he'd grown something underneath the skin that didn't fit right. We shut down the camp the next day. I stayed behind to help collect the equipment. Last one out, just me and the trees. I don't know why I opened the meat locker before I left. Curiosity, maybe, or something closer to instinct. He was inside. Not hiding, just crouched in the corner, naked, hands raw, skin torn at the fingertips like claws were trying to push their way out. His mouth was moving and not speaking, just chewing. I didn't move. He looked at me just for a second, and I swear he said something, but I didn't hear it with my ears. It was in my bones. You don't have to run anymore. Then he vanished. No sound, just gone. I still don't know how. But every night since, I hear something at my window. It doesn't knock. It just breathes. And sometimes I catch myself breathing with it. Hey there kids, it's me, MrCreepyPasta, and I just wanted to tell you thank you so much for watching tonight's video or for listening to tonight's episode of the podcast. And as always, I want to give a very big thank you to everybody who supports me over at Patreon. That's patreon.com/MrCreepyPasta. I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys have been there when I'm struggling like I have over the past year, and it sincerely helps me stay alive. So thank you guys so much for being supporters. That goes for everybody who was down in the description, as well as AcidSystem, BallarmsTheRat, Blake Rattler, Mendoza, Brenna, BrimstonePandemonium, Caltuna, Chainsmoker Dealer, ChicagoHitman, CoryxKenshin, Cronut508, CrusaderChocobo, CursepoxPrimarch, Dakota Best, Poulsen, Dante Kinkade, Kraus, Ellie Hutmire, Enchanted Buns, Estebean, Gemma, HIDive nephew, himbojerry, hourminsec time, Jay Keems, Jedis Pet, Jordan Humble, King Crab, Mr. Marcus Blitz, Old Penguin, Peaceful Buddha, Psychomel, Red Shadowcat, Remember the Sun, Rinku Star, Salty Surprise, Samara Line, Seclude, Simba's Bloody Mojo, Sky Harbor, Smiley the Psychotic, Sullyman, Tali Sue, the Chavez Brothers. Thank you so much. And honestly, thank you to everybody, even those guys that are in there for just $1. It really helps me out. Once again, that's patreon.com/MrCreepyPasta. Or if you guys like to just listen, honestly, that helps me out a lot too. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And sweet dreams.